Without objection, the
Mr. President, your committee of the whole having had under consideration the legislation listed below, the following recommendation: SB1304 do pass as amended, HB2440 do pass, HB2472 do pass, HB2624 do pass as amended, HCR 2033 do pass. Respectfully, Ken Bennett, Chairman, Committee of the Whole.
Mr. Majority Leader, or excuse me, Senator Bennett.
Thank you, Mr. Pro Tem. I move that the report of the committee of the whole be adopted and the bills be properly assigned.
All right, members, you've heard that motion. Seeing no further discussion, all those in favor vote aye. Opposed vote no. Appears the ayes have it, do have it, so ordered. Mr. Majority Leader.
Yes, Mr. President Pro Tem, I move that pursuant to Rule 17, Senate Bill 1324 be calendared for additional committee of the whole for the purposes of amending.
All right. Members, you've heard the motion. All those in favor vote aye. Opposed vote no. Appears the ayes have it, do have it, so ordered. Mr. Majority Leader.
Yes, Mr. President Pro Tem, I move that the Senate resolve itself into the additional committee of the whole for consideration of bills on the calendar.
Members, you've heard that motion. All those in favor vote aye. Aye. Opposed vote no. Appears the ayes have it, do have it, so ordered. I'll ask Senator Kerr to take the chair.
Member title only.
Thank you. Without objection, so ordered. Would the reader please read the bill on the calendar?
Senate Bill 1324, an act amending Title 16, Chapter 4, Article 1, Arizona by statutes by adding Section 16-407.04, amending Section 16-673, Arizona by statutes relating to the conduct of elections.
Thank you. The chair recognizes Senator Bennett.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move in the committee of the whole, the additional committee of the whole rise report. It gives Senate Bill 1324 a due pass recommendation.
Thank you. There is a floor amendment. Would the reader please read the amendment?
I move the following amendment to Senate Bill 1324, signed Ken Bennett.
Thank you. Senator Bennett.
Madam Chair, I move the Bennett floor amendment be adopted to the bill.
Thank you. A brief explanation, please.
Yes, members, this was requested by the counties to facilitate how we handle ballots and not having to, the first thing it does is that if a ballot was duplicated and an image of the original ballot was created during that process, then both images would be released to the public. But it exempts from the making images of ballots, the large format ballots, braille ballots, and ballots received through the UOCAVA system, and any summary report for each batch where counties use a summary report. We have one county, members in Arizona, that the cast vote record is really an accumulation of cast vote records that are done for each batch of ballots that they process. So in one of our counties, they don't end up with one cast vote record spreadsheet. They end up with a series of batch summary reports. And then this amendment also redefines the definition of a cast vote record to accommodate that irregularity amongst the one counties where their cast vote record is not one document, it's several documents. So all three of the aspects of this amendment are to accommodate county requests to make the bill more implementable, and I will continue to work to do that, and that's what the amendment does.
Thank you. Members, you've heard that motion. Is there any further discussion? I'm sorry, you've heard that motion, yeah. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. It appears the ayes have it, do have it, so ordered. Senator Bennett, back to your bill as amended.
Madam Chair, I move that when the Committee of the Whole rise report, it gives Senate Bill 1324 as amended or due pass recommendation.
Thank you. Members, you've heard that motion. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. It appears the ayes have it, do have it, so ordered. That completes our calendar. Mr. Majority Leader.
Yes, Madam Chair, I move the additional committee of the whole rise and report.
Thank you. Members, you've heard that motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. It appears the ayes have it, do have it, so ordered.
Secretary is instructed to record the action, transmit the bill to the House. Senate Bill 1324.
Senate Bill 1324, an act amending Title 16, Chapter 4, Article 1, Arizona by statutes by adding Section 16-407.04, amending Section 16-673, Arizona by statutes relating to conduct of elections.
You've heard the third reading of Senate Bill 1324. Those in favor of the measure vote aye. Those opposed vote no. So now the Senate will not proceed to vote. Senator Bennett.
Mr. Chair, I rise to explain my vote. I want to thank
Please.
the senators from District 4, 9, 24, 18 for weighing in on this bill to make it better. And I don't know that it'll translate to a yes vote today, but I'm going to get you. We're going to keep working on this bill until we get you. And for example, the senator from District 4 suggested that instead of posting the voter lists on the individual county websites, it would be better if it was done through an application process where the applicant certified that these voter lists would not be misused and abused. So I want to thank everyone who's helped to make this bill better, even if you haven't gotten to a yes yet, but I'm going to get you. And I vote aye.
Senator Bennett votes aye. Senator Birch.
Thank you. I rise to explain my vote.
Please.
So this is an issue that is really important to people in my community. I get a lot of feedback from constituents from Legislative District 9, from Mesa and Tempe about their concerns about transparency and government, and I honor those concerns greatly. I want to continue to listen to those voices and to hear those concerns. I want to support this legislation. I'm not there today, but I do hope that we can continue having these conversations. There have been a number of discussions about amendments and changes, and I know that it's not possible to make everybody completely happy all the time with a bill like this that is really expansive in what it does and in how it could potentially impact our communities. But transparency and accountability in government are important to me. I know they're important to people in my community. I know there are things that we can do to continue this conversation and to make changes at the legislative level that will be something that we can all live with. I am encouraged by the stakeholder process that has taken place, and I am enthusiastic about being a part of those continued conversations. For today, I'm a no.
Senator Birch is a no today. Senators Diaz, Fernandez, Gonzalez, Mendez, and Sundaration. How do you vote? Senator Mendez.
Mr. President Pro Tem, I rise to explain my vote.
Please.
Members, this proposal assumes that giving in and giving up certain privacy protections around ballot information in the name of transparency will somehow work to build confidence with conspiracy theorists, when we all know that election deniers will see whatever they want to see and count however they want to count and continue to undermine confidence in our elections no matter what information or data is put in front of them. I've sat through countless election committees that have already just been that. Making lists of voter information more widely available to everybody will only further erode voter privacy. Our information, it's not that, before you could have made the complaint that our information was for sale, but now we're just going to be freely publishing it away for everybody. And that the small provision in the proposal against commercial use of this information is of little protection against the people who want to do harm to our elections. That protection will not stop them from harming our elections going further. This proposal will only open up our voters to even more intimidation. During the last sham ballot audit, ballot images were sent out of state and subject to bogus claims of improperly filled ovals, strange creases, or lack of strange creases, and even claims of the presence of bamboo fibers. That's what we got when just one of these conspiracy theorists got their hands on ballot images. Now imagine what everybody is going to do when they can do audits at home. Because this bill requires ballot images to be released before certification is complete, this will only result in a flood of bogus claims and charges against our elections and just cause further chaos. At a very minimum, this proposal needs to specify that the release of our election and ballot data should only happen after full state certification, not before. There is no reason to release this data before state certification. By releasing elections and ballot data before certification, we are only going to be sowing further doubt and mistrust in our elections. Our responsibility as senators is not to cater to the few who are unhappy with election results. They will never be happy until they get the results they want. Allowing conspiracy theorists to conduct at-home audits won't encourage more trust. They will only add more kindling to the fire. It's not just as the proposal is as it is now. The proposal in general will only jeopardize our elections, and because of that, I have to vote no.
Senator Mendez votes no. Mr. Majority Leader.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President Pro Tem. I rise to explain my vote.
Please.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to first off set the record. When someone's making an accusation on something that needs to be investigated, and especially if it's about elections, it is our duty to look and listen to the people, to either prove or disprove accusations. For example, the bamboo issue, that was disproven. So therefore, we could put that to bed. A lot of things. And no ballots left the state. No ballots left the custody of the Coliseum. To obstruct and resist an investigation is anti-transparent, but also this is something that is actually predates the 2020 election and the 22 election, because this is something that came out after the 18 election. I have a nice quote here from, at that time, Senator Kamala Harris, when she was responding to where they were at a cybersecurity event. She says, "This shouldn't be a controversial statement. The United States must embrace hand-marked paper ballots." Also, this is something dated 5/16/17. Our election was hijacked. There is no question. Congress has a duty to protect our democracy, and hashtag follow the facts. Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House. Of course, even Joe Biden says, we have put together the most extensive, inclusive voter fraud organization in history of American politics. Wow, that's dated October 26, 2020. So there's no conspiracy theory. When the conspiracies are thrown out there, it's up to us to prove or disprove the theory. And we had 3 Senate hearings where we showed proof that the courts were suppressing evidence. So I discount the comments made by the senator from District 8. We vote in private. We count in public. There is nothing on your ballot that shows the identity of the individual voter, and I vote aye.
Majority Leader votes aye. System is now closed. Secretary record a vote by a vote of 16 ayes, 13 nays, 1 not voting. You've passed SB 1324. Sign in open session. Secretary is instructed to record the action. Transmit the bill to the House. Senate.